Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to do just a little short video today, pretty simple. We had a little discussion going on about measuring wheels on Facebook, and I was surprised at how many people are incorrect about how to measure wheels. So I thought we'd just kind of run through a quick little how-to. There's a bunch on the internet already, but hey, what the hell? It's cold out, and we moved indoors, and snowing, and -10. I guess we don't get spring this year, but anyway, so I just kind of gonna run through quick measurements on some wheels, and then everybody will know how to measure them the correct way. So I got a 3/4 ton rusty scrap pile wheel here I dug out. Kind of had a look at it. It's marked, stamped actually right here. I'm not going to take it over there and see it. It just says 16 by 6. Of course, 16 is your diameter, 6 is your width. 8 bolt. So spacing's easy to measure on 8 bolt, directly across, center to center. You're measuring the center of the circumference of the studs, not whatever else. But on any even numbered wheel with holes in the wheel, you just measure straight across, center to center. So that's a factory Dodge stamp, 3/4 ton wheel, so it will be 6.5, which is bang on right there. Probably can't see from there, I'll take a word for it, but that's where you measure, center to center. Width of a wheel, whenever you see them for sale, the guys are always measuring full width. That doesn't tell you anything. Rim width is inside bead face to bead face. That's a 6, just like it says on the rim, which is a 6 by 16. And also measuring diameter, you don't measure the full diameter of the wheel, which is 17.5 inches. You just measure from bead face to bead face inside. Kind of a tricky measurement to do, but anyway, it's going to be a 16. Which is what they say. So when you get a 16.5 or whatever, you'll be able to measure basically inside here, and then just add the thickness of the steel. I mean, there's not a whole bunch of sizes. It's not real rocket science. But anyway, so that's a standard issue 3/4 ton wheel. So that's your basic measurements. Tell you anything you need to know. Offset. I guess I should mention offset measurement, and that's from the face of the wheel to the back side of the stud face. You measure that, put it on a flat surface, and then just check your offset. This one's 3.5, just from my arm. I mean, it's not very scientific, but that's offset. Negative. 0 is center, negative is inside, positive is outside. So the further it is, it goes positive. So that's how you get your offset measured. I won't go into a whole bunch of details on, that's kind of the basics of measuring offset. You want to get a little more scientific when you're trying to figure out for your clearances and stuff. You have to measure that very accurately. But anyway, so that's that. Down here I have get rid of this here. And my fancy stand I had here. And then I have a, grab my tape. Then I'll have the, this one. It's just it's another one out of the junk piles. It's actually holding there. It's just a roller around or on her. So, anyway, that's a 5 bolt. So we can't measure across. Now, I don't know, you're still trying to measure the same distance, this diameter of the circle of the center of the studs. But because it's 5, without doing some kind of art, you can't really get a line there. So it just happens to work out that if you measure from the center of the one, instead of going to you can't go to the center of the one across from it, but if you go to the outside of the adjacent stud to where center would be. So from this one here, you would go, I like to go from the outside. It's kind of hard here, I got to hold the wheel. But anyway, so from the outside, if you have a stud on there, to the outside, high tech here, look at this. Anyway, it's 4.5. Let's just go this way. outside to the, we'll pretend we're like a high dollar operation around here. So outside to center is 4.5 inches. So that's a 5 on 4.5. The other tin grill, 2-wheel drive, there's a few different years. All the full-time trucks had 5 on 4.5. Part-time 4-wheel drives, tin grills had 5 on 5.5. And all the 2-wheel drive tin grills had 5 on 4.5. So there's year changes after, into the early 80s. They stayed with 4.5 for a little while, till 83, I think. Doesn't matter. This is tin grill. So, I mean, the measuring is all the same through all the different wheels. I mean, they went to metric. 115 is not 114.3. 114.3 is 4.5, which is our full pattern. Lots of Charger wheels and stuff for 115. The studs are smaller in the hole, so they fit, but the studs don't line up exactly center in the wheel. Guys are like, it's close enough, but if twisting studs to adjust is close enough, whatever. Just don't drive beside me, it'll all be good. Anyway, that's basically the measure of the 5. So it's outside to center there. Simple. Anyway, that was it, I guess. I'll put that down and we'll call her a wrap, I guess. The exciting wheel spacing video. Anyway, hopefully our next one will be better. Something a little more relevant. Well, maybe we'll get spring. We'll be able to do some work on some trucks outside. Something exciting like that. But I guess until then, I'm just I'm rebuilding some starters over here. That's kind of fun. Got some requests to do some videos for a few different things. We're going to get onto that. But like I said, it's cold, it's miserable, it's snowing outside. But spring's supposed to be here a week and a half or so. So hopefully we'll be able to get back something like that. Kind of trapped in the house with the old COVID thing there. So when I'm home, I get to travel still because I drive trucks. So I'm essential, they say. So I'm out still away from, so I don't get a chance to do a whole bunch of work at home like some guys when they're quarantined. But hopefully everybody's doing good with all that, and don't go out if you don't have to, I guess I'm supposed to say, and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the nice weather if you have it, cold weather if you got it, whatever. Anyway, babbling on. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.